Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Morning.
Your mask. Oh, no. How are you guys? Greg, did you get your deals closed?
I think Mara's home closed yesterday. I think they sent all the paperwork stuff.
Good morning, Larry.
Good morning.
Where is everybody?
Friday.
Yeah, it is Friday. It's typically slow day. I didn't send out the text this morning, but should I send out a text this morning?
No.
Was it a
No.
yes or no, Eileen?
Oh, let me get my phone.
Doesn't even have his phone. A plumber without a hammer. Come on now. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning.
Robin, I gotta say, I think I'm very impressed with the amount of follow through you have on this deal that I'm helping you with. Your attention to detail, the conversations, the communication, the overlay, it's phenomenal. If that's how you do every deal, I assure you, your business will skyrocket.
Thank you. I'm trying. I still struggle with the things that are out of my control.
You want to know something, Robin? We all do. You know why they call them out of your control?
Because there's nothing I can do.
Right, and that's why you'll hear me say that. You've heard me say it in coaching. Can you do anything about it? 90% of life is not what happens to us, it's how we react. You guys ever heard the coffee cup story?
Bring it on.
Here's a mindset thing.
Yeah.
You know, businessman wakes up, goes downstairs to have breakfast. His daughter is sitting at the table, getting excited to show him something that she had made that night before. Gets excited, knocks over his coffee cup. Coffee spills over him, the paper he was reading, onto his new shirt, and he throws up his hands in anger, scoffs at his wife for not controlling his daughter, makes his daughter cry because of the anger, and he storms upstairs to get a new shirt. He's upstairs, the shirts aren't ironed, so he has to iron it real quick. Puts the shirt back down. He gets downstairs. He has lost the opportunity to kiss his wife and daughter goodbye as they go off to school. He gets in his car still steaming mad, hasn't had his breakfast or his coffee. He's late for his meeting. He drives to work as fast as he possibly can, gets pulled over. Officer asks him what his hurry is. He scoffs at the cop. The cop delays him, gives him a ticket. He gets into the office. He's 5 minutes late to a presentation he shows up for. His boss says, okay, where's the presentation? In his haste to leave the house, he forgot his briefcase. The briefcase contained the documentation, the presentation that he was going to give that day to a high-line client, which they lost. Later that day, the boss pulls him in his office and has a serious conversation with him. His day is now effectively ruined. It's 5 p.m. He drives home. He gets home. His daughter won't look at him. She's still upset. His wife won't look at him because the way he handled the situation. She's still mad at him. He goes to bed angry. Flip side. Starts the day over. Guy wakes up, heads downstairs for breakfast with his family. Daughter wants to show him something exciting she made the night before. She spills the coffee. He said, it's okay, sweetie. Accidents happen. Gives her a kiss on the forehead. Takes his shirt off. The wife says, honey, I'll take care of it. I'll be right back. She's got a shirt in the laundry room that's already been ironed. He didn't know that. Daughter shows him the project that she had made the night before. He's excited about her. Gives her breakfast, kisses her on the forehead, and sends her off to the bus himself. Wife comes back with a clean shirt, hands him his breakfast, hands him his briefcase, sends him out the door, kisses him on the cheek, and wishes him a great day. He gets to work 10 minutes early, gets prepared for the presentation, knocks it out of the park. Boss pulls him in the office later that day and gives him a partnership promotion. He comes home super excited, leaves work just a little bit early to surprise his wife, brings her home some flowers, gives her a kiss when he walks in, tells her the good news, has the best day of his life. Life is about how we respond to the things that happen to us. Can you avoid the coffee being spilled? Not always. But we absolutely can change the way we respond to it. That's one of the stories I learned, God, probably over a decade ago, and it's stuck in my head. I may change some of the factors and elaborate, make it a little more colorful, but it's the same story. It's how you respond. And I've had agents and salespeople that I've trained over the years that they have even told me, you know what, Dan, it's just a cup of coffee. If a deal's going to shit, It's just a cup of coffee. So now look back at situations in your life. You've had these opportunities where things have just gone wrong. They have just gone complete meltdown. The whole pot is spilled. How did we respond?
How do we solve the problem?
How do we solve this? Okay, this is the situation we're in right now. How do we get out of it? Right? Not, the whole world sucks. Everything's out to get me. No, come on, guys. I don't prescribe to the victim mentality, and I definitely don't let you do so either. Whatever is and isn't, it's your perception of it, but how are we going to get out of the situation? It's all about the mindset. So mindsets are big, important things on that. So how we handle what happens to us dictates what happens for us. Either life will happen to you or because of you. Which one would you rather have?
Because of you.
Right? Why is that?
Because the second part of the story, handling things without losing control will, take you much further, much faster, much easier than getting all bent out of shape. It goes back to that statement I made a few days ago. Expect things to go wrong. Expect to have a problem. And when it comes up, the challenge is, okay, how do we solve this? I just had that. I think I told the story about my deal today where the air conditioning system was repaired 2 months ago by the seller's vendor, called in George's to get it certified for the home warranty. It failed 2 days before closing. So I had to handle it. Well, how do we handle this? Called the seller, explained the situation. The seller actually called his vendor, made him go in there the same day, yesterday, and put in a whole new coil, new drip pan, new all this new stuff that he didn't do just 2 months ago when he jury rigged it to get by in what would have been the previous deal. So by talking with the TC for the seller and then talking to the seller and just saying, this is where we're at. Your vendor has produced this, air conditioning system for your deal, your previous deal. It's failed certification. Fix it. They did. We're closing. Actually, my client's in the closing room right now.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the closing.
But that's
Expect things to go wrong. Expect.
I got to share something, a little trick I have. Every time something really starts getting upset or I got to resolve a problem with a client, I think, what would Judge Wapner do or Judge Judy would do and how they would handle it in the people's court? And they give me, and I think, I can relax. Someone else is giving me some sort of advice. You can't solve a problem when you're so stressed out. You've got to take a moment, then analyze the situation and realize, hey, tomorrow will still come. We've got to get this resolved. Unless you get a gun and shoot this bastard.
Then you got a whole nother basket of problems, Dick.
Yeah. Well,
I know that.
only if you get caught.
I have a feeling you'd get caught.
Probably.
Because you're like me, Dick. No matter what you do in life, you catch the consequences. We don't get away with nothing, but that's a good thing because we don't get to go silently into the night for the good things we do either.
Hey, I was raised Catholic, so I understand what guilt and shame is. I still dread going to confession.
Right. Well, anyways, now that we've got a mindset of that coffee cup, how are we going to handle situations better in the future?
Step back, analyze. How do we solve this?
How do we get through this? How can I take this opportunity to wow my client? How can I take this opportunity to change my business? How can I take this opportunity to do something that I've never done before? It starts with your business too. Like it's not even that. Like let's look at right now. We are 7 months done into 2020. Hell, I didn't think July would ever get here, let alone be the fastest month of this year. March was a long year. April was a long year. May was a long year. But that was the 3 toughest months any of us have ever gone through. Because not only did we have social issues, catastrophic health issues, economic downturn issues, lifestyle restrictions, but you still had to sell real estate.
And no sports.
I don't care about sports. I say that as I'm a giant baseball player in my office, but I really don't care about sports. But I want you guys to realize, okay, what do we do with those 3 months? A lot of agents, and this, I'm not talking about you guys because you showed up every day, and that's what I asked of you to, is to show up. A lot of agents in the marketplace, not just here locally, but across the nation, got the coffee on their shirt and threw a fit. Oh, COVID. Ah, quarantine. Ah, masks. Ah, digital. Ah, bullshit. And what they do, they let those 3-4 months go by, going to bed angry, and never stepping back, pulling themselves out of the situation. Okay, this is where I'm at. This is the world. This is the reality. This is the space that I'm in. How do I make the most of it? We said this a couple months back. Be extremely, extremely set on where you're at. Know exactly where you're at. Right? We want to be real where we're at right now.
And just remember that what you focus on expands. So if you're going to focus on the pandemic and the scare and the fear, that's what you're going to bring to yourself, is the panic and the fear and the nothing's going right and everyone's going to hell in a handbasket. But if you focus on your work and producing and, you know, giving yourself that inspiration of, I make deals easily, and just keep going, that's what's going to make it easy. And that's what Eric and I have found over the pandemic, is you just kind of keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, and what you focus on expands. So if you're focusing on your database becomes better. If you focus on your calls become better. If you focus on, hey, referrals come to me because, oh yeah, I kept up with all those things, then they just start flowing and you're just like, wow, I'm so blessed, you know, but it's because you focused on it and not on the other crap.
I know what Emily's businesses look like lately too. It's booming. Booming. Aren't you on pace for one of the best years you've ever had, if not the best year?
We've already passed our best year so far.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
And it's July, so I'm on pace for my goal for this year. So we're super excited about it. I mean, our year 4, and we're super excited for where this year's turning, and did not think it would be like this, especially when March happened. We're like, oh crap, we have a kid going to an out-of-state college. We need $40K. How do we get that? And you just keep moving.
Were you guys sell one house?
Huh?
Were you guys sell one house?
If I can just add something, I've been noticing as I talk to my clients and prospects, they're all hearing the same thing, that the real estate market, we're all having the best unbelievable years going on with this real estate market in the middle of pandemic. They don't understand it, but they're hearing it from everyone.
They're hearing it from the agents that are working. Guys, yeah. this is a sad.
They're not talking to the agents who don't work.
Exactly. They're talking to us that are working.
We have a culture here. I mean, really, we have effective leadership, and they help us set the tone. We have to become leaders out there. Now, you are the leader of your own business, but it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling when you know you're not alone, and you've got a company like Keller Williams Southern Arizona that is there, and
you have to engage in it, right, Dick? You got to show up. You can be part of the greatest company in the world, have the best technology in the world, the best training, the best coaching, the best mentorship, and Big Dan Caldwell, and not have any of it benefit you if you don't show up.
Well, you know, Dan, if you don't show up, you become the invisible agent.
Secret agents.
Secret agent, right.
But I will say this, guys, and this is a sad truth. We've lost 20 agents this month from us as a family. Keller Williams organization. Lost 20 agents. Yeah. I can tell you that those 20 agents are the ones that have not done production.
I was just about to say, are they the non-productive ones? Because Those
And
ones need to leave the market, actually.
Those are the ones that are going to go and say Keller Williams sucks. Keller Williams did nothing for me, and I didn't have any value there. It was just expensive and nothing. They didn't show up. If I show you where the gold mine is at and I give you a shovel and a pickaxe, who needs to swing it? Right?
We do.
I'm not going to dig it for you, because if I go dig it for you, guess what? I'm going to haul it away, and I'm going to spend the money too. What we're doing, guys, and I love to see all these faces that I see consistently on the calls, in the trainings, on the reports, is getting stuff done, is y'all took your pickaxe and went to work. And I love it, because I know for a fact we are taking market, we are making better agents, and you guys are all making more money. So if you are not where you want to be yet for the year, and the year's not over, don't change your goal. Change the activity to get there. I had this conversation with one of my agents last night. And I want you guys to realize something. You're driving home. Your car breaks down. It runs out of gas. You got a gas can in the back. And the gas station's 2 miles ahead. And you got a meeting to get to in 2 hours. And you start walking. You got your gas can. You start walking. You get about halfway there and you realize, oh shit, the meeting starts in 15 minutes. Are you going to stop walking to the gas station just because you're late to the meeting? Or are you going to sit right there and pout? Right? You ran out of gas. You were moving, then it stopped. The gas station's your goal. The goal doesn't change. The activity does. Yeah, you're a little bit behind the curve. You're halfway there. You're halfway there and you're a little bit behind on time. What do we need to do now? Pick up the pace. The goal doesn't change. Your activity does.
Or call Uber.
Uber can be a friend. Call
Run, Forrest, run.
Run. Put on them.
Don't
magic
walk.
boots.
Sprint.
The problem I have is that if I walk 2 miles to the gas station and their price is a little too high, I may keep walking to another gas station.
Cheap mind, cheap life.
Hey, crap like that happens. I mean, I've never run out of gas until I ran out of gas, and I'm like, what the crap? I don't even have a gas container. And luckily, there was a fire station with hot firemen, and I said, hey, do you guys have gas? And they did, and they helped me out in my mommy minivan at the time. So, you know, I mean, you just keep going. And hey, maybe you get to see some hot guys in the way.
You
Right?
know,
I'm looking forward to that.
we are
Yeah, you should.
we are in one of the greatest industries in the entire country right now, and it's booming all across the country. And if it doesn't affect your mental state, get in that mindset. We are essential people. People want that dream. They're not giving in. The country is not quitting because of COVID or riots or anything else. The country is still moving ahead. And, you know, don't be a coward. Be a leader and have fun with it.
And be ready for the real estate to change. I mean, last quarter, I mean, jobs and stuff were down like what, 35% or something, or the
More than that.
whatever it was.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to have a ripple effect. But with the market, it's just going to be houses on the market. People have to move. People have to find new jobs. People have to keep going. And real estate will keep happening. So just be sensitive to what you're hearing and be ready.
Yeah,
Be
you know, you're right.
ready.
And I heard someone say, someone who is much smarter, gets paid more money to be smart than I do, who said the spring of this year, 2020, wasn't where we really wanted it. But it looks like the fall is going to become the spring that normally real estate has. And it's happening. We are all witnessing it. Those who show up, those who are talking to people, clients and whatever, that's happening. And that is, you know, that is how we got to feel about it. And it really peps you up because who wants to be on a losing team? We're not on a losing team. We're in a winning industry and we're on a winning team. So have fun, take names, and kick ass.
Kick names and take ass. I like it. All right, guys. Well, we definitely focus a lot on mindset on Fridays and Mondays, and I think that's good for you. But the one thing I want you guys to really nail home this weekend is what Emily says. What you focus on expands. And I love that the first thing that came to her mind was her database. And then a second thing was calls. She didn't say focus on deals first. She focused on the fundamentals. Did you guys know that?
It's where the deals come from.
Yeah, the fundamentals is like the phone calls. Get your database. Like
I had to have the affirmation that I love phone calls because I really, I have to have that affirmation. I have it on my board right now. I say, I love phone calls.
I love phone calls. People want to hear from me. I have something important to say. My favorite affirmation of all. Yeah. Great things happen to me because I deserve them.
Expect them. It's called the law of attraction. If you expect the best, it'll come to you.
Right.
It's
Larry, you
the
have something?
secret.
Oh, I was just going to say on the phone call thing, I love phone calls. That's where the money is.
So in the car business, I started at John Elway Chevrolet in downtown, not down, it was Littleton, Inglewood in Colorado. And our sales management area, like where the managers were, they call it the tower. The phone that was right behind the managers, the three managers that sat there, the phone was directly behind them, was the only phone that rang for inbound phone calls. We would have to sign up for an hour-long slot all day. As soon as you got there, people would run to the list and sign up. But you could only sign up once until the next shift got in, and you could sign up again. But people would be there, and I would hang around because people wouldn't show up for their phone shift, and I would just take it. And every time that phone rang, it didn't ring, it ching in my head. And there were four other agents in that dealership that really focused on those phones. And every time the phone would ring, you would hear one of them go, money, or it would ring, car deal, because it was a mindset. As soon as you pick up the phone, it was a car deal. As soon as you pick up the phone, you're getting money. Dialing for dollars was a motto.
Yeah.
Smile and dial.
Dan, every time I get a robocall, I take advantage of it and see if I can convert it.
Same. And those spam callers that constantly call me about my Social Security being breached or my student loan debt, I call them back, talk to them.
Yeah, Mr. Spam or Mrs. Spam, you just called me. How can I help you? Boy, it's a great time here in Tucson. Great time to buy a house.
It's all in how you present it, guys. Don't let your phone scare you. Don't let this scare you. But look at where you're at. And I was challenged to do this yesterday, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to challenge you guys. Write down. I want to list. Just do pen and paper. Pen and paper, old school, and write down. This isn't something you can do right now, but this weekend, write down everything you've accomplished this year. Business, personal. Everything you've accomplished.
Got better looking.
Nick, I can't wait for tomorrow. I really can't. You know why? I get better looking every day.
Well, but hey, every day's tomorrow.
Yeah, and eyesight keeps getting worse. But that's the thing. Write down what you've accomplished this year. If you feel like you're having a rough run and you're not getting where you need to go, look at what you've done. Look at what you've accomplished. Even if it's the minute thing of changing the time you wake up every morning, or changing your habits in the daily, or drinking less soda, or not putting as much cream in your coffee. These are all, if you need some kind of win, there's your wins. But then be realistic about where you're at in your goal. If you wanted to make $200,000 this year, you're at 40 grand right now. I don't want you to change the goal to, I'll make 60 this year and be happy with it. I want you to change the activity level. Okay, I have 5 months left. 5 months. And 4 of them are active, 1 month for closing. So you have 4 months to make $160,000. Does it seem unattainable? It's a little scary, right? What is that? What is that? Where's my calculator? 160 divided by 4 months, 40,000 a month, divided by an average of 6,000 per transaction. That's only 6 deals a month. If you have an average of $200,000 sales price, or you can go out there and play in the big boy plays, get $400,000, $500,000 deals. Now you're doing 3 or 4 deals a month. Did that scare you a little bit?
When Cindy passed out the email with the results from the month of June, and I saw my name on there, I go, whoa, hallelujah. That was good. And that keeps you motivated. If you can do it in 1 month, what can you do in 12 months?
Mm-hmm.
Or every month?
There are agents right now in my coaching program that 6 months ago did not have deals that have over $1 million in contracts for this month to close.
Good.
On an average, what does that pay? 30,000? No, $1 million in income or $1 million in volume. 30,000.
Takes care of your bar bill. I mean,
yeah, it's a little bit. I mean, you can live on that if you had to.
And just saying, I mean, we talked about the law of attraction just a little bit, but last November, I started writing and believing, I close 4 deals a month. I close 4 deals a month. I mean, I wrote it like 10 times every single day for like 30 days. And then I kind of just, wrote it every once in a while. But starting in January, we've been closing 4 deals consistently, or at least the equivalent to 4 deals a month. And then this last week, Eric goes, why are you limiting yourself to 4? I went, what? So now I'm writing, I close 10 deals a month. And so I'm hoping and I'm believing, so in like 30, 45, 60 days from now, you'll see that the Emily and Eric team closed, 10 deals a month. So let's do that.
Well, your next deal, Emily, is from 4 deals a month to becoming a 6-shooter. Every month you are a 6-shooter. And then once you get past the 6-shooter, you go for the machine gun.
Exactly.
You guys all have the skill set, the skills that required to do that, the technology required to do that, and the support required to do that. What's missing?
Doing it.
Doing it. The activities required to do that. So I have shown you the gold mine.
Oh, thank you.
We have given you a pickaxe and a shovel, and half of you guys got wheelbarrows. What are you going to go do?
I'm going to hire Larry to dig it for me.
If you can afford him. I'm sure
I'll tell you, he's a tough guy to have, But
I take 60%.
very good. You do all the work, I'll give you 50%.
60.
I can make that work. I would just love the
We
volume.
all can.
But guys and gals, thank you so much for all that you do, and you keep me motivated as much as you motivate each other, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But always focus on what you want in life. Focus on your goals, your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations. I love what Emily did. I closed 4 deals a month, 4 deals a month. I'm sorry, that limited belief for me, it's hurting my mouth.
Hey, Dan, thank you so much. You've been a very good, fearless leader. We all appreciate it. And the thought that you are only 10% of my age, that I'm 10 times older than you, I'm really impressed.
The math checks out on that one, Dick.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
We only know how to do it by 3% or 6%. Sorry.
So that's, guys, I love the term fearless leader, but let me be honest with you. I'm terrified. Every day I'm terrified. I'm terrified that I'm not going to produce enough value for you guys that you won't motivate to go do something for yourselves. I'm terrified that you'll give up on your goal. I'm terrified that you're going to give in on the demons that spilled the coffee on you and go to bed angry.
And we thank you for sharing that, but they should give you a raise.
You're doing great, Dan.
And guys, shoot for the stars. I mean, heck, if you hit the moon, you'd be happy, right? I mean, go for it.
Emily, forget the moon. Go to Mars. We just sent a rocket up there yesterday.
Exactly. Or, go have some fun
You
on
know-
Pluto the Rock or something,
You know what's
but
gonna do? Yeah, think about this. The Mars Candy Bar Company is going to have sales through the roof.
I don't know if I've even had a Mars candy bar, Dick.
Oh, Mars is the best. It sure beats Venus or Pluto. Pluto's a dog meat.
You gotta go to.
I see what you did there. Awesome, guys. Well, it is Friday. It is the last day of July. Next week, we start doing command compliance of stuff in there. You guys can start putting some deals. You close them out this weekend. Challenge yourself to do it. Don't get stuck on .loop forever. If you got deals in .loop, close them out. Leave them there. Download and archive, and then let .loop die. Command your performance moving forward. And really just embrace it. There's a ton of classes coming up, ton of stuff. Ignite starts on Monday. If you're part of that, your binders will be at the different market centers today. If you need one, reach out to Kayla or Heather Tech at 1kwsa.com. Beyond that, guys, go do something great this weekend. Build your businesses. Don't give up. The gas station's right there. You might be a little bit behind the times, but just start walking faster. And Emily, you absolutely can close 10 deals a month.